Football Manager 2025 is an upcoming revolution to the franchise, with a new graphics engine being the most notable of the new features. Despite a bunch of things removed, like international management or touchline shouts, it still can be a good game and a fantastic storytelling generator. Many of you watching this video are already looking for a long-term save to be invested into. You also heard of the save ideas like Luton Town, Gironde in Bordeaux or Valencia, but here you probably came for something else. This made me think, what are the places that are a little bit more creative and lets you learn about new cultures, new stories, traditions, or where you can create a story to remember. And as a result, I found these 7 save ideas for your Football Manager 2025 long-term gameplay save to get invested into. We're starting this video in Slovakia. But we're not going to Žilina, unless you want a Youth Academy challenge, but a little bit more down south. We're going near the border with Hungary, where there is a club that got promoted to Slovakia's top flight for the first time ever. You might already know about a Hungarian minority club in Slovakia, called Dunajska Streda, but this year a new team showed up, and that's KFC Komárno. The Lilacs, that is their nickname, are looking forward to staying in the top flight for longer than a year, and they have quite a promising start to the new season, sitting in mid-table right now. But the purple and white could also enter the new era with you in charge. Are you the one who ensures they will climb to the top and overthrow Dunajska Streda as the best representation of Hungarian minority in the country? If that's not the club you're looking for, then you should subscribe to the channel. But that's not a safe idea. But on a serious note, we're now going to Turkey. Do you remember this goal scored by the referee? This is a goal scored against Besiktas, and the team who later on won that game thanks to this wonderful header was our another safe idea, MKE Ankaragücü. The referee also turned out to be the man who cost Besiktas the league title in that 1986-87 season. But the tables have turned around in the future years. While Besiktas won 9 league titles, the last one in 2021, Ankaragücü is at best a yo-yo club between the first and second Turkish league. They even got relegated last season, falling short by just 1 point. Istanbul is basically dominant in Turkish football, but the real capital is barely struggling. As a manager of MKE Ankaragücü, you can at least shake up the dominance hierarchy in the country a little bit. Needless to say, only 2 teams outside the Istanbul province have ever won the league. These are Trabzonspor with 7 titles and Bursaspor with 1. Can you become the 3rd champion outside the biggest city in Turkey and the first one from its capital? If you think so, it's time to hop into this adventure. We're now heading to Poland, as we are going to a team with 14 league titles, that plays in the 2nd biggest stadium in the country, and also plays in the 2nd tier following a huge roller coaster of the last 15 years. Not Wisła Kraków, although you can watch this video talking about their situation. That team is Chorzów, a team that went from almost winning the league title in 2012, narrowly missing out on Europa League in 2014, getting relegated all the way to the 4th tier between 2017 and 2019, and getting all the way back up between 2021 and 2023. Last season, Ruch got their first taste of Ekstraklasa in 7 years, but that ended with a bottled chance to stay up. The team is now going for a regroup after going down, and will look to attack that top flight slot as soon as possible. Your mission here is very simple. Win the 15th league title before your biggest rivals Górnik Zabrze, another 14-time Polish champions, do so. But we can't just keep doing saves around Europe. This is why I also included a save straight from South America, and Brazil to be exact. This is probably a safe idea you've heard about already, but let me just remind you that there are only 3 teams in Brazil that have never been relegated from the top flight. Except there is 2. Because last year, you probably heard of a massive shock that came at the end of the 2023 season. Long story short, one of those 3 teams that never went down. We're talking about Santos FC. The former club of Pelé and Neymar is in crisis like never before, and needs a new manager to step up and fix the mess. In real life, it looks like Santos will be back up very soon, but you're starting the game in February, as Brazil still starts their season at the start of the actual calendar year, and back then, you will still experience the chaos the club went past the relegation. Fallen Giant is a pretty common safe idea, but can we really go to Denmark, find Odense BK on the map and call it a Fallen Giant? Sort of. They won 3 league titles, but those were in 1977, 1982 and 1989. However, the team established themselves as a strong force in Denmark, finishing 2nd in the league 3 times in a row between 2009 and 2011. After this, they were part of the Danish league mid-table. They were, because last season they got relegated a bit surprisingly. They are looking for a manager who can complete the rebuild and lead the stride back to the top flight and former glory. Are you the one who can do it? We're now going to France, and Corsica to be exact. This island has exactly 0 Ligue 1 titles, and it doesn't look like that will change anytime soon. But you can change the future a fair bit, with FC Bastia, who are on their slow way back up to the top flight of French football. Back in 2017, the club essentially bankrupted, was liquidated, and started over in the 5th year in place of the reserve team. With 3 promotions in a row, they quickly found their way back to Ligue 2 and are a little bit stuck there. Yes, they do have a great start to the season, but remember, this is just a start, and it makes SC Bastia a perfect chance to start a save in France. I want to end this video with more of a typical random save idea. We're going to Serie B, the 2nd tier of Italy, and meet a club with plenty of ups and downs, moving between Serie B and Serie C in the recent years, and sometimes getting bankrupt in the process. We're talking about the team from the city with a leaning tower, Pisa Sporting Club, who are now a stable Serie B side. They got a great start to the current season, leading after 6 games with 14 points. They were already close to reaching the top flight of Italian football back in 2022, but lost in the playoff final to Berlusconi's family club, Monza. That wraps up this video with some of the football manager save ideas you can get invested into. What will be your own choice? Is it from this video, or will you try some other adventure? Let me know in the comments below. Before the new game comes out, feel free to check out the FN24 save we had with SFC Opava in Czechia. We started from the 2nd tier of the country, but where did we end up? Watch the playlist that just appeared on your screen to find out.